Alright.
What does the word beautiful mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
I thought you were gonna start.
I find myself pretty beautiful. Like, at least I tell myself that for the sake of my mental health.
Beautiful is just someone who you are inside.
I think being beautiful is a privilege.
I think beautiful is a lot of things. Could be physical or a feeling.
Beauty is simplicity. I think people don't have to make it so difficult. The less people try, the more beautiful it is, and the more beautiful they look.
Sometimes you just see a random person on the street and then you're just like, oh my god, so beautiful. And then after that you're like, oh my god, I just saw the most beautiful person on earth, you know? It can just be a random person. You don't even know that person. You're just walking and then you see, oh damn, so beautiful.
At 10 years old, I thought the most beautiful thing that existed was waking up on a Sunday morning and watching cartoons. That was beautiful to me. But now at 25, I think what I find beautiful is waking up late in the afternoon on a Sunday and doing absolutely nothing.
There's another reason why we brought you to the studio.
Okay.
Because we're shooting a video of people we find beautiful.
Sorry.
Am I one of those people?
Yes.
Oh, okay, alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
We were like,
No, we're
why?
terrible.
Why?
Yes.
Give us 5 good reasons.
Okay, what's the actual question?
I appreciate it. I can take the compliment. Thank you. Thank you.
Aww. So cute. So cute.
Has anyone called you beautiful before?
Compliments are just a little weird. I feel like I just like don't know how to respond. Do you be like, no, I'm not, you are, or are you like, is it narcissistic if you just say, yeah, I am, yeah, I know, you know, like, oh, thank you, I know. What do you say to a compliment?
I don't think people just blatantly go up to people and be like, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
I mean, I think probably because you're a girl, so probably you get that more. You know, in terms of like guys who liked you, have they not said that you look beautiful?
Well, yeah, but they say that with intention.
If people underestimate themselves, you know, when they underpromise, overdeliver, that is in its own way an angle of beauty. You know, it's because people underestimate themselves, so they're constantly striving to do better, and I think that's beautiful.
When I started working already, and then my co-workers, they are all like very supportive and stuff like that. So sometimes they'll be like, oh hey, you look really nice today, you're so beautiful today. Then I'm like, oh. But prior to this, like I haven't really been complimented a lot. In high school, I was always regarded as like, you know, ugly or like, you know, fat. And it kind of stuck with me for a while. Quite emotional in the sense that, oh, I have come a long way from seeing myself in a negative light to, you know, being positive and other people seeing me as positive and beautiful.
Do you consider yourself beautiful then?
Do I consider myself beautiful? I don't think I do personally. I get more compliments than the average guy.
Nah. I don't really have a lot of self-esteem. Before my parents put a pressure on me, it was already me putting pressure on myself that, oh, look at this one guy, like he's better than you in this. And when I couldn't reach it, I had to, you know, resort for what I was, and how I was not good. So I wasn't happy with that. It just kind of festered into self-hate.
It's just a lot of insecurities that manifest in, I think, a lot of comparisons with like beauty standards that are like set by society and then people you see on TV. There's always this like ideal kind of like person that people admire, and then if you're not that breed of person, or you don't look like that, you don't sound like that, then you're not like what people think is beautiful.
That self-assessment comes from, I guess, my upbringing. Imagine you're an Indian guy and you're darker and you grew up in a 99% Chinese community. I went to a Mandarin preschool. My Mandarin school is 99% Chinese. My secondary school is 99%. I've been around other cultures and people who are unlike me my entire life. That's my norm. And I think growing up, I faced a lot of bigotry and a lot of shit that I got used to over time. They are those scars, you know, of kids back in the school days on the play yard who didn't want to come near me because they thought I was dirty. Those are scars that kind of live in your head for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. It's just, I think it's, for most people at some age, you kind of make peace with that. So I guess there are those scars which kind of give me self-doubt. I think I had to fight to be myself. And at some point, why bother fighting it? Why fight them? There's so many just like you, carbon copies of copies of copies. Why not be yourself? And the second I started doing that, I noticed things around me started changing. My outlook was better. I developed my own sense of style. I was not ashamed to take risks. I was not ashamed of who I was. I was not ashamed to, stand in front of my classmates in the whole school at 17 Form 5, wearing a bra on stage for some school play. I didn't give a shit, I didn't give a shit. So, yeah, I think it worked out in the end, standing up.
I don't think I anchor my value in what people say. Like, I've gone far past that, dude. This is like what? Kindergarten shit. This is what it is. I believe I'm a good-looking man. But that's what I tell myself, right? Although I may not believe it, but I say it until I do. I know that I am the only validation I need.
This one YouTube personality, her name is Bloggy Latis, and she is supportive fitness instructor. She will always say that you should not compare yourself to anyone else other than yourself in the past. So I vibe with that.
I feel like media tries to make beauty a trend. Like last time, they used to mock people who has slanted eyes, but now fox eye trend is a thing. It's just like how people used to make fun of people with plump lips, but now everyone wants to get lip injections. It's dangerous because you have to be like, oh, when is my features gonna be in trend? When is my body image gonna be in trend? And then once it's out, oh, so I'm not attractive anymore, I have to change it. Why does it have to be a thing that comes and go? It's not a fashion trend.
The media is a reflection of us, lah. It should be left alone as it is. It will evolve. Whatever it is, it will evolve. It will be a reflection of who we are eventually. In the 16th century, beauty was held within the plump, pale women that signified that higher echelon of society, right? And that's beauty. Today, that's horseshit, right? That's what is that? So what is beauty? It changes, it evolves. It should be left alone and it should just be observed.
When you can see humans really going out of their way and not being selfish for once in their entire life, it's beautiful to see.
I think I'll take my mom's advice on this one. She says, essentially, when you look at someone, it's the first 3 seconds is what they are. The rest of your connection is who they are. It's really sort of weighing the initial 3 seconds against, the rest of your time period with this person. What they look like will change, but who they are will always be something that's different. That's always something that's evolving. So, my mom told me, people get old, people get wrinkles, people do this and that, but who they are will never change, right? If they're childlike at heart, and they'll carry that forward, until their later days. The ideal standard of beauty would be for people to accept that there is no ideal for beauty. The problem arises when you impose those ideals upon someone else, specifically to the masses. That's when it starts to be a problem, and that's when it's not ideal, is when you push your own ideals upon someone else, and that is really not a beautiful thing to do.
The most important thing is whether you're healthy or not. Being healthy is the number one priority right now. All these supplements that say oh, you eat this, you can look super pretty, Kylie or whatever, it's bullshit lah actually. So the most important thing is you just have to take care of yourself, because you know yourself the best. Yeah.
Beauty can be found, but beauty can also be sharpened. With that being said, all things are inherently beautiful.
At the end of the day, it's still up to me. I can sit around and wallow and brood about the negative things, the negative comments and things that are said, or I can take the good, roll on with it, continue being a magnet for more good, and maybe even in this message right here, maybe inspire other people and to think differently about it. It's not a handicap. It never was. I'm sorry you were treated that way, but it's not right. And don't worry, it's getting better. And it will continue getting better. All you have to do is keep talking about it. Get in front of a camera, talk about it, share who you are. Come on IRL. Come on IRL. Tell your story to us. Tell your story to these guys over here, these talented people. Tell them. Get your story out there. And see the world. And the world's a lot bigger than Kuala Lumpur. It's a lot bigger than Johor. It's a lot bigger than Malaysia. There's a world out there. Go chase it. And you'll find out just how beautiful you really are.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Drop a bomb of a question, then go.
Thanks so much. Yeah.